Hello there. It is time for yet another session of Blueprints. This time, I believe what I want to do is... Today I'm going to have a few different goals, I presume. One is redraining the fountain in the boiler room, another one, or in the pump room. The other one is connecting the laboratory to the boiler room. What more things do I want? Potentially more classrooms if I'm lucky enough to get that again. Let's see. Otherwise, just explore new rooms considering there are 5 safes I'm missing. I'm also missing one thing to turn on the flame, but those have all been outside so far, I believe. There was one in the classroom. There was one... No, actually, I think one of them was inside. Alright, so we have the shelter. I'm gonna go for the shelter, set the time safe. Maybe I'm lucky enough to get the shelter again. I don't feel like I'm gonna have particularly long days. So I'm gonna go for the shelter. Time lock safe. Set unlock date, and it is June 5. It said it must be at least an hour in advance, which I'm technically not, but maybe it did let me do that? I mean, we'll see, we'll see. It didn't say anything, so hopefully it will work. Are there any items? No, there's a note, but No. There does not appear to be any items, and my gosh, my room is warm right now. Or it might be just me who's warm. With that out of the way, let's begin and try to look for new rooms. Spare room, might as well get that out of the draft pool. The corridor, because it's always unlocked, is going to be better later on. Observatory, might as well want to continue to stack that up. Also, because I want to see the time safe if I'm lucky enough to get it again around 6. I'm going to see if I can actually keep this day's run to less than an hour. Veranda, I am not able to purchase, so it's going to be the den because I don't see the reason to actually just close myself off with the storeroom. Always do side rooms first in case it is something dumb. Kitchen could be decent. Hallway could... I think kitchen could be decent. At least even if I... Okay, so it's... If I get the showroom, I don't think I've ever actually unlocked. So I'm gonna buy nothing for the moment. Are there any items? So I'm not missing anything. It doesn't look like there are any items. I guess this might be a closet. Silver key. And the silver key is just a way for me to guarantee to not get stuck in a corner, I guess. So like if I used a silver key, would have used the silver key now, it would probably have been more likely for me to be able to go all the way. Now I need to go back to the entrance hall, but I do believe that is fine. Do I want to go for the nursery? I think nursery. Steps are of course always nice, but this will also buff later rooms. Yeah, that book definitely is a part of the final solution, it feels like. But I don't know. Wow. I hope it's not going to be a super RNG based thing. Because it does mention several rooms, I hope that it's not going to be the case of, oh, you need to get lucky enough to unlock all of these rooms in a single run and then go through them and also go over the bridge and everything. The gems are in the false box. The gems are in the false box. Only one of the other boxes is false, which is impossible when they make the same statement. Gotcha, don't want to do storeroom, so it's either drawing room or hallway. I think hallway is probably just better, at least considering the room layout. Right, always do the sideways ones first. Courtyard is nice, it contains items usually, or like some special item. Walk-in closet, I don't think I've ever come across a walk-in closet with a special item. And of course, the one time I do mention it, it doesn't actually have a special item in it. Not that I can see, at least. I'm facing downwards. Oh. Are there other major keys? I mean, yes, I think there are. The 7th quarter said there are 12 major keys. I don't know all of the major keys so far. This is just a normal key. Oh, that's nice. That's actually very practical. Was that the major key? Really? That counts as a major key? Because in that case I have come across 3 major keys. The silver key, the green garden key, I guess the basement key might also count, and then the access card. So I guess that's 4 if you count the basement. Otherwise, I'm not really seeing anything. I can't play on the piano. The piece... The notes I've already jolted down. I guess I'll just go for the breakfast nook and get the steps and the key. Commissary would be nice because I have a lot of money, but I feel like it is not wise for me to go for that right now. I mean, no, I think it's fine for me to go for that. 8 coins is not going to buy me everything, but it is... There are a lot of things I can buy with it. Sleeping mask, I don't need that because I already have the nursery. Sledgehammer is what I want. It is such a good item. It's probably my favorite item. Because it's versatile. Oh, I have to go for the chapel. I mean, no, I could go for the corridor. I guess I'll go for the corridor. I don't know if I can enter the chapel if I don't have any money. And I'm not keen on finding out this early on in the day. I need something left-facing. And I did not get anything left-facing, so that's a very, very short day. Unfortunately. I don't know why I'm still collecting stuff. Is there anything I can do outside? Hello, Hannah G. Is this my favorite game? The game looks awesome. The game is pretty awesome. It is a very unique puzzle game, which I 100% really do appreciate. Is it my favorite game? I can't say because I haven't finished it. I feel like judging a game before you've finished it is just doing the game a disservice. Like, I don't know, maybe the ending is gonna be super unsatisfying. So yeah, I'm gonna await judgment, but so far it's definitely good. I don't know if I would put it A tier. What's my favorite game that I like to play? The favorite game I like to play is... just depends on my mood, really, and depends on just a bunch of different circumstances. Currently, the game I play the most is Zenless Zone Zero. I think it's a good game. It's a very good gacha game. I don't think it's going to be my favorite game of all time, and it's probably not going to be a game I will play forever. But there are other games that I do frequently go back to, like Civilization. I also frequently go back to Minecraft. Are there other games? Yeah, sometimes I go back to Euro Truck Simulator as well. So there are a couple of games that I do actually frequently go back to. But yeah, which one's my favorite just depends on my mood and what kind of like cycle I am in. What about you? So do you stream daily? Would love to join you every day. Well, thank you for saying that. And no, I do not stream every day. Currently, it is Tuesdays and Thursdays. I've been streaming for 15 minutes, which is 5 p.m. at my time. So 5 p.m. my time to 7 p.m. my time on Tuesdays and Thursdays is the consistent schedule. Then occasionally, on rare occasions, I stream on the weekend as well, like once. But I do try to always keep it in the same time slot, at least. I just don't have the energy to stream every single day. And it also would just... I did try to do that. Yeah, I do have a job. I do have a full-time job, but it's also... well, thank you, and thank you for the follow, Anna. But yeah, I do have a full-time job, but it's not... That is not necessarily the reason I don't stream every day. It is because there was a time where I did stream every single day, and it just burned me out on streaming. Because I just didn't find it fun to every single day stream games. I wanted to be able to play games by myself in my own time and just curl up and watch series alongside me playing games, which I was unable to do. So yeah, that's why it's 2 times a week. Will probably become more, but that is conditional. Not a guarantee. I think it's important to just keep things as a hobby. This could just be me being an idiot, but deserved what? Pump system manual, drafting strategy, side skid to Reddington I've done as well. I'm gonna go for the swim bird. Nice. Did you work full time? I hope it's just not too demanding on you, considering, I mean, for some people like me, working full time is very energy draining. Ooh, a classroom again already. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. It's basically just gives me new steps, and all of these I have already noted down. Where are you, classroom? There you are. So the 3rd grade is my record when it comes to classroom, so I still have 5 more grades. And I do need to go for the parlor. I really need the gems if I'm gonna get more classrooms. So where are you from? I am from Sweden, the colder north. Although right now it is very warm, or at least in my subjective opinion, because it's like 20 degrees Celsius outside, which is way too warm for my liking. But I do prefer it being too warm rather than too cold. What about you, Hannah? 2 other statements have identical wording. This box and the blue box are both empty. This box and the white box are both empty. Oh, England. That is very interesting. I don't know why, but it seems like a very good chunk of my viewers actually do come from England. And I wonder why specifically England, out of all European countries. But it's very interesting. The other testament have identical, I mean, no. So that's a lie. This box and the white box are empty. This box and the blue box are both empty. So those 2 are truth. That's a lie, so it should be in here. Alright, take your time. The issue if I go with the hallways, I need something right-facing, which I'm not guaranteed, and I don't have a reroll, so I think it's better to go for the pantry. And I'm just so chock full of steps already. No, so it's breakfast, nooks, or commissary. I don't have a lot of coins, but do I want to waste a gem? I mean, I have so many steps that I think I'm definitely going to be able to get more coins. And I do see a sledgehammer for sale. So I definitely have an incentive. I mean, theoretically it is possible for me to go classroom and then go back to entrance hall and then try to sneak my way up. That is not a very high odds play. So I think I have to go for a chapel. Let's see if there are any items, which there do not appear to be. And just in case, I am gonna go all the way here, so I don't need to go back. Showroom, that's a new one. Hello, Kimbei. Welcome back to the stream. Lovely to have you here again. So this is the first time I get the showroom. Opens all normal doors. While drafting, you may rewind time after drafting new floor plans. You are more likely to draw time-based tomorrow rooms while drafting. Silver spoon. Whenever you gain steps from eating, gain that twice as many. An emerald bracelet. You don't have to pay the gem costs of floor plans. That would be so nice, but all of these are so expensive. Like, even 30 gold, I don't think I've ever had that. But now I gotta think. There is something that has mentioned showroom specifically. What has told me about the showroom? Do I have a clue that has told me about the showroom? Or maybe there was just a room that said, oh, now the showroom is more likely to appear. Because they exist. Do I have any clue that points me to the showroom? Too poor for so... yeah, unfortunately. So I don't seem... if I have had a clue pointing me to the showroom specifically, I have not noted it down, which makes me think that the showroom I am recalling is probably from another room, making the showroom more likely to appear. And that's the... I don't have a key. I have to go... actually, I can go to the left side of the foundation, or right side of the foundation. Please be something left-facing. Security? Oh, I would love to... I don't have any gems. Alright, I have a bunch of steps, so I might as well try to see if I'm able to get some keys by going downwards. I think I'm gonna go for the closet. And that's nice. But I need a key. So I'm not going to be able to go there. I'm going to have to become even more poor by going back into the chapel. Probably just going to go with the corridor. I don't want to waste gems. Not when I've been able to get classrooms again. Like this one. So this is grade 3, which we have already... or we. I have, but it's more fun to say we, a royal we. We have already been here, and that is locked again. So I have to go all the way back to the entrance hall and lose money for the 3rd time to the chapel. And I wanted the sledgehammer. Oh, I completely missed the coin purse. I mean, not really that is going to do anything because I haven't gained any coins since I went past this room. Hallway for the key. Definitely. I don't feel like I should go all the way back. I think it's better for me to just continue to explore here because I will maybe be able to get some more resources. Like the storeroom here. Wonderful source of resources. It's not a lot, but it's something at least. I have a nice amount of gems now. Would like more, but I definitely need more money. Like the vault. First time also I am able to get into the room. So I can actually buy something very basic. There should be a safe in here. There is a very, very auspicious date. Because this is not today. I'm gonna screenshot that, just in case. Vault. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I accidentally removed the exclamation mark. There we go. Oh, and this is where those keys I was able to get way, way long ago. It is for the vault here. Oh, that means there's going to be stuff behind them. Hopefully there's going to be like impactful stuff behind them and not just, aha, you got one key or one coin. This is very auspicious. Or not auspicious, suspicious. Why do we have a date here if there is no safe? Maybe one of these big lockers will have a safe in them. I started out with like a lot of steps because of all the classrooms, and now I'm down to half of my starting steps. But I can buy the sledgehammer, which is one of my favorite items. And I do want to go into the showroom. I don't remember what I could buy for 30 coins. Okay, it's the silver spoon, which gives me a lot more steps. Or the chronograph. While drafting, you may rewind time after drawing new floor plans. I mean, that is good, because that lets me re-roll safely. But I don't think that's worth it. I think it's better for me to maybe try to save up for the emerald bracelet. And I also don't know what the point of the master key is. Because how does it distinguish itself from just the normal keys? Does it distinguish itself from being infinitely reusable, maybe? I'm gonna guess it's infinitely reusable, because otherwise what would even be the point of it? Right, what do I want to do here? I want to do spare room, so I can continue deeper. I have not drafted security, so it is likely that things are gonna go pretty poorly for me rather soon. Right, that is what the showroom is. Today is the day that if I draw the showroom... No, wait, kitchen was yesterday. So it was yesterday I needed to draft the showroom in order for the dining room to be boosted. Don't tell me it's double locked. Thank you. Sure. It's a key so I can open the other one, and it's also a few more steps. And it seems like I did not roll any other item, but that is fine. Let's hope now I get a good room. It doesn't require gems. The morning room will give me gems. And I will start with more gems tomorrow, which would be nice. However, going all the way back to the classroom is a lot of steps for me. So I think it's better to actually utilize my redraw. I mean, it's not like it can get a lot worse, really. Okay, it did get worse. But the code check at least lets me check in the sledgehammer so I can pick it up another day. There we are. And I think that is it for today. Right, because this one required a key as well. Yeah, it did. That's why I didn't go onwards with it. And there is no way for me to go anywhere else. Okay, that's another day. 2 days done in 30 minutes, which is not very... That doesn't bode well for me. Also really annoying that I've only been able to get into grade 3. Like twice now? In a row? I would really like to be able to get more classrooms. And I'm gonna, like usual, start with the outdoors because it just changes so much, the outdoors room. Yeah, it really do be like that sometimes. That's just how it is. I did, hopefully... But I guess... Kimberly, do you know how strict the time lock is on the shelter? I was dumb AF with the classroom, you saw the effect of the classroom, right? The effect of the classroom, it was to drafting... Something drafting related. Gosh, what was it? Now I need to remember. I think it let me redraft a few times. Yeah, rerolls. This is interesting. This feels like it could have been... Oh, no. It does say you need to do it an hour in advance, and the first day I started here on stream, like 4 past, or actually like 5, 6 past 5, I did get the shelter and I did set it to 6 p.m. today. It is technically 54 minutes in advance, so I don't know if it will work, and that was mostly what I was actually concerned about. But I guess we will see, because if I'm able to draft it around 6 p.m., I will be able to just see if it works. If it doesn't work, I'll just set it for the next stream day, which will be on Tuesday. And this is interesting. How does this puzzle work? Okay, so I can move those. That seems to rotate. Okay. Yeah, I mean... It seems like I just need the yellow to go in all the 4 corners. The question is, how do I move the purple? I also don't really know why... I don't know why it goes upwards. Maybe that is just the corner I do last, but how do I do that? If I do that... Oh. Okay. Well, if I knew that is how it worked, I would have done things differently. Can I save this? No, I don't think I can. Okay, but this is wonderful. So I need 1 rotation, which means I want... That is impossible for me to do this with 1 rotation. So I'm going to do things in a more complex way. It seems like they only move upwards, pretty much. But maybe the thing is what I need to do. No, they don't wrap around. I think that is just undeniable. I don't see a reason to touch that. Is what I need to do something akin to this? Yeah, there we go. You have been rewarded an allowance token. Your allowance has been permanently raised by 2. Oh, that's nice. So I start the day with 3 coins every day. What do you mean too dangerous to pick up? Why can't I even interact with it then? Is there a way for me to actually pick? If it's too dangerous to pick up, why would that even be a prompt? Why would it be an interactable with item? That makes me think that there is a way for me to actually handle the dynamite. And dynamite is safe. But I mean, that's the entire point. That's what Alfred Nobel did. It doesn't explode by just throwing it around like nitroglycerin would normally do. A little too dangerous to pick up. Does it maybe mean I will actually just blow a hole in the wall? But I haven't found anything akin to a lighter. Or anything that requires a lighter. It also feels a bit scary that we have like butane tanks or just gas tanks in the same room as the dynamite. But I guess if the dynamite goes off, those tanks are the least of your worries. That's interesting. That's nice. A permanent buff. It's gonna become very useful. Money is always useful. Especially now when the showroom has really good items that are super, super expensive. Okay, so today we're not going to be able to do the classroom. So I guess it's just find more rooms that have safes is my go-to object for the, or like, yeah, my goal for the this particular in-game day. Oh, I don't like steering upwards so early when one of the other rooms in the main hall is a dud. I'm not seeing anything else. Sure, storeroom. Getting resources early on is super, super powerful. Because it's certainly not going to get easier with time. So the kitchen or the commissary? I am thinking potentially the commissary. Because it just has useful items occasionally. Or maybe that is where I'm going wrong. I have a sledgehammer. If I get a workshop, I'm going to need the battery pack for pretty much everything. Which I have never seen a battery pack in the commissary. I've seen like the same pool of items and the battery pack is not one of them. So what could I get? I could get a shovel. A shovel is very practical. I can't afford a shovel, so maybe it is not worth for me to go for a commissary this early on, because it means I don't have like any movement buffs or additional steps. So I don't think it would be good for me to go commissary, because I will go deep and then need to backtrack and will need to go back in. So I think it's better to wait the commissary draft. So the question is the kitchen draft. It provides me with useful information in case I'm getting the dining room. And I'm able to buy a bit of steps even right now. But it does make the left one a bit useless, but I don't think I need to hyper optimize that. So I'm going to go for the kitchen and see if I get... Okay, so trophy room is another room I've never been able to get. I don't think it even has been in my draft pool, because the showroom I think has been in my draft pool, but I haven't drafted it. This time it was just nah. Or not this time, but with the trophy room, it just hasn't been anything. I can't really buy anything now, but I think that is completely fine because it exists at least for later. I'm gonna turn on the tap because I'm a menace to society. And we'll see, what can we do here? Oh gosh. Bruh. This is the shortest day ever. I guess I might as well just go for the observatory and continue to rank that up. Well, I guess that was not a good level up, because I can't use any of those things today. Oh well, call it a day. I could... Before I call it a day, I do have an item. I do have the sledgehammer to actually trade, and I can use the code check again to leave in the sledgehammer for another day. So I'm gonna go to the trading post, see how the trading works and like what sort of stuff I can get there, and then I'll go back and check in the sledgehammer for another day. I think that is a better usage of the day. Okay, how do you work? Sledgehammer? Or a compass? Heck no. Okay, so this room is awful. I mean, at least that trade is awful. Given that tiny bit of information, I'm going to guess that the trade is constant in the form of every time I offer the sledgehammer, I will always get the compass for today. But if I go back tomorrow with the sledgehammer, if I were to redraft the room, I would not get it. What I mean is I won't get the compass again. It's the exchange item. So I think the exchange table is randomized every day, is what I'm gonna guess. There's roughly 19 minutes until the time lock potentially is open. But so far the days have been really short, so odds are I'm gonna be able to get to the shelter again. The question is, if I draft the shelter now, do I just wait 19 minutes? Well, I didn't get that anyhow, so I'm gonna go with the schoolhouse. And I'm gonna waste a step, hoping there is an item that spawns here. No, there does not appear to be an item that spawns here. You are still in the correct mode. But nice, now I can go for my grind for classrooms again. Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the code check, having early sledgehammer in case I come across a trunk. Also, just having the code check means I can just leave it in case things go sour. I picked it up, Kimbei. Don't worry. You don't need to me. Don't worry. I got this. I may... Like I always say, I may be dumb, but I'm not stupid. Otherwise, not saying anything. Wonderful, first classroom. And I already know from previous times that it's always going to be pretty much the same in terms of the puzzle. I mean, so far it's more like a clue because I actually don't know what it does. I might as well spend one of my redraws. Library seems interesting. Wonderful. Oh, I borrowed this book before. Okay, so now I gotta figure out where do I have my random notes, because that is, I'm pretty sure it is in my random. Yes, it is in random. I have pasted this sort of stuff before. Okay, Swimbird by Marion Marigold. And this is the swimming bird we see in the storeroom. I am a darebird, a daring and brave bird. I don't think I'm gonna screenshot all of this. Diving so deep bird, a ride on the wave bird. There is not a dare I would not do. There is not a depth I would not dive to. However, my friends are not very open to the idea that I like the sky less than the ocean. Bird in the sky, not in the sea. That is what they say when looking at me. You are not seabird, you are not swimbird, you are friend bird, flying the wind bird. And shouldn't you always listen to friends? For they know me best, or so they pretend. So I dare not dive, and I dare not swim, and I dare not step foot in the ocean again, and I dare not smile, and I dare not laugh, for they will do it for me and on my behalf. And I dare not dream, and I dare not speak, for maybe my friends won't like the real me. And I will say goodbye to my dreams and the sea, and wonder why daring feels just like defeat. That's a sad story. It seems the word dare is bold. Do we have anything like, oh, first letter of stuff will turn to something? I, a, dare, diving, a, there, I, there. No. There does not appear to be anything like that. Classroom? Sure, I'm gonna go read hard for the classrooms. Grade 2. So it's more like a search. Are there any bonus items for me here? This is a new one. No, wait. Lucky Rabbit's Foot. I've gotten that once before. So it's not a new item. But it's a rare item for me to get. Courtyard's nice. But I think it's better with the hallway. I can redraw, but I don't know what I would redraw to, because I do want to go forward. I need to go forward. So I don't want a classroom, but I do have so many free redraws, so I might as well use them. Until I get something that's like, wow, this is really what I was looking for. I mean, security definitely could be one of them. Like, toggling stuff in the security is always pretty nice early on. Let's see if there's any items I've missed. Perfect. Now I just need to find the breaker box for this to be fully useful. Any other items in here? There doesn't not appeareth to be other itemeth. But actually, yeah, the darkroom lets me potentially move on. I've never gone back into the darkroom after I lit it up, so maybe there is something, a clue in here that I really should actually take a look at. And here I might as well just go for the leftmost room, because I can't see any of them. And it did happen to be a hallway. Wonderful. Oh, the parlor game. Sure. Only one box is true, only one box contains gems, the gems are in the white box. This is true, which means this is false, which means this is true. Easy. Anything here? I guess breakfast nook could be nice. A key and some bacon and eggs. Of course, the nook always have a chance for me to get some additional items. Or a trunk I can get, which just gets me more keys, but hey, I'm not gonna complain. I feel like 4 keys is a pretty good amount to have. Just gonna make sure I'm not missing anything. Alright, greenhouse would be a dead end, so I have to go for the pantry or the morning room, and I don't see a reason to not go for the morning room. I mean, it's a buff for tomorrow. Already recorded that. Anything else in here? Or a coupon book? Don't mind if I do. Otherwise, nothing. Here we have a classroom. A classroom would not be a dead end, so I can actually go in here. Thanks to the wonderful foundation. And it does really appear that the rabbit's foot is actually very good at increasing the odds, because, oh my gosh, I've been getting a lot of items. Even if some are just fruit, they are more than welcome. Really? Really? As soon as I get to classroom 3 again. I don't think there's a way around this really, so I might as well go for the guest bedroom because it might contain some item. Bit late for me to get this particular item. There does not appear to be any other. So let's go downwards. Now when I was in this room before I went into the underground properly through the fountain, so it's gonna be... Wait. No. Don't tell me I need to go to the antechamber every time. No, okay, it's permanently open. Thank you, game. But we have this annoying thing that can only be done from the other side. The thing is, I don't even know where this would be. It's a pretty tall... It looks like it's like a corridor, so it does look like this is gonna be from the underground that you get to here. This just makes me confused as well. I mean, the button is obviously there to call down the elevator, but why does it require a keycard? Because to me, that tells me that the way to get to the other side of that trolley, so I can actually remove it, would be a room in the house. Because otherwise, why would the underground require the keycard? That's kind of useless. Let's hope this goes for the shelter. I feel like, okay, 8 minutes is definitely something I can afford to wait for. But it is not good that I've been making so little progress these days. I mean, I've essentially made none. I think the biggest issue for me right now, something that I'm just hoping to... Something I hope to that it changes one of these game days is more clues or knowing what to do with the clues. Because currently, I may have a lot of clues. Or I have a lot of notes. But in my notes, either everything I have in my notes seems to be irrelevant, they are for puzzles I have not encountered yet, or they are things I've already used. And so far, like, the only real trails I have, or like basically the loose ends I have right now, is one, the underground, and more importantly, how do I have the fountain be empty but the reservoir be one away from being full at the same time, if that even is possible. Next thing I wonder are the classrooms, of course. What are in all of the classrooms, and then all the remaining 5 rooms with safes I have not been able to find or encounter. It would be what is in the vault lockers. That is something I do not know as well. Other paths to the underground, that is also a loose thread. We have the music sheets, which talks about white trees. But I have not been able to find the rooms with the other parts of the sheet, and there are at least 2 sheets I'm missing. And I don't know where there would be white trees. So I have several loose threads, but I can't really do anything with it. So I'm really looking for either a new thread, like something that can pick up on all of the newspaper clippings about Mary and Marigold, that could utilize any of the hints from the classrooms, or use the underground map I don't need, the foyer I've used, The laboratory and boiler room, that is a loose end as well, that I need both of them to be somewhat physically connected or have an intermediary room that happens to be one of the few ones that actually have support for that. Closed exhibit is a room I haven't been able to go into either. The art gallery I've only been able to get into once, but I don't think I would even want to go back into the art gallery, because if I were to go back to the art gallery, I still don't know what fully the puzzle is, which is very, very, very frustrating. And I haven't found a note about what the puzzle would be, unlike the case of the parlor game and the billiard room. So I feel like I have, maybe I do actually have more, not dead ends, but I have more loose threads than I thought. Did you reach room 46? No, isn't that the point of the game, to reach room 46? Isn't that the entire premise of the game? All of these are not good for me right now. I'm gonna go for the pantry. It is what it is. I mean, everything is what it is. Please bless me with something today. Apples are extra delicious and 3 steps. I mean, sure. That means the observatory is somewhat neutral, or it's cost neutral at least. Secret passage, I actually know what it does now, so it's actually a really good room. So do I want a red room? I don't know why I would want that. Gold sink, the halls of holly, or do I want a green room? I don't want a red room. I don't want a bedroom. Golden room, maybe. Green room, maybe. Hallway. There are hallways I want, but I don't think the odds are particularly good. So it's a green room or a golden room. Might as well go for the golden rooms then, I guess. Because the green rooms have been in most of them. Special cost bypassed. Wonder why. You have shovels for me today. Can I buy salt? I don't know what the salt shaker does. I think I don't know what it does. And I'm 1 goal away from buying a salt shaker and the shovel, but I feel like the shovel is more important for me to get. But I have an incentive to go back. Oh. I didn't know you could actually get food from these holes. And now I can buy the salt shaker and see what it does. Maybe it is a super good item. Wait a minute. Whenever you eat food and gain step... Okay, not super good. I forgot to check in the sledgehammer in the code check, I think. Last time I withdrew it. I think I just restarted the day without actually... That is a very big mistake for me. Because that means I need to get another sledgehammer. I don't see why I wouldn't go for security here. Being able to manipulate the keycard doors is very strong. If I want to get further. Hey, look, a keycard door. That goes to rank 3. That is very early on. But it also means it's gonna be one of the 1 to 2 keycard doors that can't even possibly be, because of the security level I'm gonna change it to. So that's nice. This is one of the rooms that actually supports Steam transferal. That is very odd. Why does it do that? Oh, do I go for the laboratory? I'm gonna do it. It is madness, it is Sparta, but I'm doing it. Already noted. There does not appear to be any additional items for me. I am a mad scientist in... It's actually pretty fitting, because in most games I play, I am a bit of a mad scientist. I experiment. Usually it will be a detriment to me, but I do it regardless. Immediately... I think I'm gonna go for immediately and hope I get a die. Please give me a die. Hey! Nice! Please let me... None of these are the boiler rooms. Please let me get the boiler room. Please let me get the boiler room. Please let me get the boiler room. I did not get the boiler room. I mean, technically, the south of security could also be the boiler room. That would also work. But I have to get a key card first. Don't see a reason for the patio. I mean, I do have the shovel. But I really want to save my steps right now because I don't have any food. I was gonna say south of security, not sure if you saw the ducts on the... No, yeah, I did see it. I did also just tell it and say in security as well that I saw it. That's why I picked a laboratory there, because I noticed that security does have support for Steam, which just means I don't have just one entrance option. I actually had two. But I still need a security card for this to get to the south of security, or I need to find the breaker box and turn off the power for the doors. Every box contains gems, that is false, that it breaks the rules of the game. Every box is black, that is false, so this one must be true. The statement on one of the other two boxes could be true if you replace the word every with the word this. This box contains gems, yeah. This is not good for me. Oh gosh, I have a lot of steps to backtrack now. And I actually don't have the key card. This is not good for me. Yeah. I mean, so far, I have no... Even if this went bad... Actually, no, this is not because of Hovel. My issue is not the steps necessarily, it is just the fact that I'm not getting any keys. Ooh, mailroom. Placed an order, so we'll see what comes in here next time. Those I've already screenshotted. Already screenshotted the letter. There's nothing more for me in here. Oh right, allowance. Breakfast nook, very nice, gets me some more steps as well, and gets me that key I needed. Now the real question is just, do I go back to the parlor, or do I go upwards? I think I go upwards, because then potentially I can get to the room that is connected to security. Without needing the key card. I don't have a lot of money. I think actually I'm gonna go with the chapel, because I have so little money, there's not really a reason for me to keep one more coin. That is not going to be the life and death of me. And watch me eating my words up, because later it's going to be that I'm lacking exactly one coin. And always do the side ones first. That is something I still got to remember. Morning room would be nice. Bunk room would be nice. It counts as 2 bedrooms, but I don't think I've ever gone and really properly gone on the steps of 2 bedrooms. Yeah, it counts as 2 bedrooms, but it's absolutely useless until you buff it up. So without other rooms, this room is just useless. It doesn't actually do anything. Please have something left facing. Oh, hallway. Have you found uses for the magnifying glass already? I have found two different notes, actually at least two notes, that does have fine print, but I've been able to read them without the magnifying glass. And one of them I did get confirmed from you that was one of those notes where one you used the magnifying glass for. So it is possible that I'm never actually gonna need the magnifying glass. I mean, it's one of the benefits of actually playing the game in 4K resolution, that if I just take a screenshot or if I just get closer to the monitor, it's such a high resolution that I can read the fine print very, very well. It is not going to be muddy or pixelated. Let's hope for the boiler room. Actually, no, I'm going to waste my luck on this door first. Thank you, it didn't become the boiler room. If this would have become the boiler room, I would have been not happy. There we go. Now the question is, do I continue to go for that or do a gamba for the boiler room? I'm gonna gamba for the boiler room. My mind tells me no, but my body is telling me yes. My mind was correct. It was not the correct choice. Not seeing any items either. I'll just have to get lucky with the boiler room another day. I don't have the garage keys, and I haven't turned off the power, or turned on the power, so I kind of have to go with the pool. The 3-step penalty is actually not bad compared to the gymnasium. The sauna is a really, really nice room. Do I just have this effect, or do I need to enter? Well, I entered it anyhow, so now I'm gonna guess I have the effect tomorrow. So let's see, locker room spreads crease throughout the house. I've been in the locker room once, so I don't feel like I need to redo it. I'm not gonna waste my very, very few remaining steps. Oh, and also the time lock, so it's actually kind of fitting that I'm running out of steps here because of the time lock. Do I have... No, I don't have what I was thinking of. Normal key... So yeah, I guess we'll see. Hopefully I will be able to get the bunker. Oh, the ballroom. I've never been in the ballroom. But I'm gonna run out of steps if I get into the ballroom. And I know as soon as it goes to 0, you just fade out. I don't have a choice. I guess I'll just code check in my item. Because I believe I forgot to do that. Yeah, I forgot to do that. I mean, I guess I'll just leave in the shovel. And call it a day. Yeah, it's very sad that because getting new rooms doesn't happen often for me right now. I've been able to get a lot of that, which also just makes me wonder, where on earth are these 5 rooms with the saves that I've not been able to get so far? Obviously they are deeper in the house, like they are higher rank rooms, which means I need to really start going deeper. But it feels like I haven't been able to get the proper setup to actually go deeper. Because it does require me to get some amount of luck getting keys and gems. It does require me to either get a key card or get the security room. And if I get the security room, I ideally also want... Please give me the bunker. None of these are the bunker. Oh well. I'll have to do the time lock another day. Unless it lasts... I don't know how long it lasts. That's the issue. Like, I set it to 6 PM, but I don't know when I can... Obviously, I can't do it another day. But I don't know if it lasts an hour. You love the magnifying glass. I don't get the magnifying glass. I dislike it. I am in love with the sledgehammer. I will simp for the sledgehammer. No. I don't live... I mean, the only thing that is getting experiencing my violence are trunks. Indeed. And how are you going to write with your pen if you no longer have any hands? Have you ever thought about that? The gems are in a box that is actually blue. The gems are in a box with the word blue on it. Blank. This is interesting. This is very interesting. Okay, so this one is... I don't know if blank statement counts as true or false. I'm gonna guess it counts as neither. Which means one of these are true and one of these are false. The gems are in a box with the word blue on it. If that is... if that has to be true, because if that is false, well, then this box just says this is the one with the gems, and that would make this true, which means we have 2 true and 1 neutral. So this has to be true. And thus, it is in this because it does mention the word blue. I do wish those logic puzzles would get a bit more difficult. But I also don't know if the current difficulty of them is... if I happen to be good with these sorts of puzzles, or if... yeah, I don't know if it happens that I'm good with logic puzzles, or if they actually are easy. Yeah, but I've been doing the parlor so many times. It kind of feels like it's not gonna get a lot more difficult. Hopefully it gets more difficult. I really do hope it does. I have a lot of gems. If I had a laundry room, I could convert into coins. Have I missed anything? Yeah, 1 trunk. That is what I expected. Keycard system. Security level. Low. Offline mode. Unlocked. I hate that this does not carry over. But I have to redo that every single day. Ah. Ooh, a boiler room. Now I just have to hope I get the laboratory. Please. Oh, kind. I think the annoying part is... I don't know if I can have the steam go, like the steam boiler working at the same time as this door is open. I don't think that's possible. So let me do this and hope I don't get them. Yeah, good. Gems and a brass compass. Don't remember when I ordered the brass compass specifically. I don't know why I would do that, but hey. Oh, there's something more. That was a very sneaky key. Okay, at least, but this is good. This is very good. This means I may be lucky enough. If I don't get a laboratory, I might as maybe we'll be able to get a room that can still carry on the steam. Oh. The weight room would cause me to lose way too many steps. The closet is just a run-ender. I mean, it's not a net run-ender, but I have to go with the passageway, and I don't think the passageway has steams. It does have steam support. That is wonderful news for me. Oh, nice. That means I have 2 more chances. Do I want to go for the laundry room because I have so many gems? I don't think I want to right now. I think it's better to go for a bedroom. I don't see a reason to enter the bedroom though. Please give me something. This is not what I wanted, not what I needed. None of these have Steam support. I mean, the furnace might be using the Steam. The furnace might have Steam support in the sense that it uses could use the boiler to power something. I got an idea. In the pump room, there is an extra tank that I'm not able to touch at all. Could it be that if the pump room is hooked up with steam power from the boiler room, I am able to start to finally use that? I'm sorry to say, Kimbe, but I'm a Steam guy. Lord Gaben gave us the wonderful, wonderful blessing of Steam and Steam OS. How can I ever go against my Lord's wishes? Have you seen his wonderful locks of hair? Such a dream. Oh yeah, I mean, everything about Lord Gaben is wonderful. There's a reason he is our savior. A blessing, an angel amongst humans. And I have my sledgehammer. Not so tough now, are we? Kimbe? I get the laboratory now. Why now? Why do I get the laboratory now? There's no Steam support in an outdoors room. For each bedroom you draft after your second, immediately gain 1 star, spread dirt on the driveway, or gain 1 key. I'm gonna spread dirt, I guess. No, that's probably better. And I can't get 2 boiler rooms. I don't think I've ever been in the master bedroom. Plus 1 step for each room in your house. Actually not super bad when it's so deep. Oh? Get sledgehammer, start spreading dirt. Savage behavior. I mean, I am a man of culture. So okay, so now I want to get the vault. That is my new assignment. I never intended to finish writing this letter, but but now you must know the... Thank you for nothing. Oh. P.S. They made me change the ending of Course as you predicted. To my encouraging uncle. Okay, I'm gonna compare it to the pics I have. Thank you for the letter. Yeah, indeed. And do you know which book the prince always had? The one that made him happy whenever he was sad? Story he had read in the bath and in the bed, and maybe you can guess with the clues that we have said. Well, the story of a boy who also wore red, and he looked like our prince from his toe to his head. And as you, my reader, might already assume, this book is quite near you, in fact in the same room. Story about you, if it needs to be said, about a red prince and his book, the red book we just read. This is the same one that exists in the nursery. There was no change in the ending. At least compared to the other version we have. And this is a bit annoying. Oh, this is how to do this. Yeah, no, I didn't need that to solve this. Oh, this one works differently. Okay, this is more interesting. This reminds me of a particular puzzle. Another increased allowance? Wonderful. That is how you started doing the rich guy stuff, I presume. But this is what I mean. Like, so far, every puzzle has this some form of thing. Like, there's pretty much always an instruction. But I still have not found the freaking instruction for Cold Sword. I still have not found the freaking instruction for the art exhibit or gallery, art gallery. And it does actually really bother me, because it's one of the clues that I've not been able to... I mean, I might know what you're supposed to do, but it's very difficult to know if what I know is actually the truth. Because I haven't been able to solve it. Cloister is expensive, but it doesn't really do anything. It just exists there. It has a bunch of these dirt piles I can't use. But I guess I might as well go for it. I'm still looking forward to the vault. Like, why is there a dirt pile there? Why don't you want me to actually be happy? Game. Please. The vault requires, I think it was 3 gems. Oh, Drafting Studio is a room I haven't been in either. Select new floor plan to permanently add to your state's draft. I mean, yeah, oh gosh, is there a safe in here? No, there is not a safe in here. Bruh. Wait, prismatic. Oh no, yeah, prismatic. Partitioning plan. So we have yet another room with a date. In the drafting studio, you will be able to choose a brand new floor plan to permanently add to your draft pool. Permanent changes do not reset each day. Yes, this is wonderful. I've always wanted new rooms. Tomorrow, you will start with 1 key for each tomorrow room you draft today. Each time you enter a dormitory after drafting a drafting room, gain 10 steps. Or Games of Chance, Gamba. What I'm trying to think here is not necessarily which one would actually have the best effect, but I'm trying to think which one could potentially hold a clue or hold a puzzle. I mean, I am inclined for the casino. No. I mean, Gamba is always the solution. Who's lost on a bit of gambling? I feel like, I mean, the clock tower could hold information I need. Dormitory, I feel like it will probably just hold lore. Kind of like how the double bunk, or like the bunk bedroom, held lore for Simon's backstory. But I feel like the clock tower or the casino are going to be the two ones with the most amount of potential. I don't think necessarily the casino is actually going to contain any lore. I think it's going to be the clock tower. Might have any clues at least, or a puzzle. Because I feel like time is, of course, there's going to be stuff involving time. I have a bunch of different times. Actually, I don't have that many times, as in hours and minutes. So it might not be as... I'm gonna go for the Gamba. I don't think it's necessarily gonna be the thing that gives me the most amount of new stuff, but I do think it is gonna be useful. Because it might give me coins or gems, and that I will be able to convert into maybe getting some nice stuff in the showroom or something. Or buying out the commissary. Bruh. I have to walk all the way back. Right, the Great Hall partitioning plan. Did I not... No, I did make something for the vault, which is November 24, so it's a very similar date to the one the vault noted down. That might be of interest. Alright, a cloister I can go up, I don't need to go all the way back. Okay, no, I can't go there. I need to go all the way back. I mean, I don't need to go all the way back, I can go to the bedroom, but... Potato, potato. I've never entered this room. A few coins, nice. Nothing else matters. So there was nothing in here really. Might as well go for the storeroom so I can get a key. And I guess then the question... Oh, broken lever, good for the greenhouse. I mean, I've already entered into the antechamber, so I don't actually know. I still have the wild theory, potentially, that the way to open the fourth door in the antechamber, the back door, is to open all of the three other doors. But I hope that is not the solution or a solution, because it feels like that is going to be so RNG reliant that it's not even funny. Because essentially that's just going to require me to get the greenhouse, get the bunch of keys, get the hallways with a bunch of doors, and then I still don't know where the third lever is. I'm gonna go for the... I don't see a reason really to go with the aquarium. One thing I haven't tested as well is actually emptying the aquarium. But I think it's just a hallway is better. It's cheaper, doesn't require a gem, and... yeah. I mean, if I get the fish dish, so be it. I lost out on 10 steps, but I am not poor for steps. I have a lot of steps. I still can afford the vault if I go for the music room. That is very important. That is currently like kind of what I'm aiming to save for. 3 gems for the vault. I don't remember, the vault might just cost 2 gems once again, but yeah. This is a new major key. The prism key. If you unlock a door with a prism key in a green room, hallway, bedroom, red room, or shop, you will draw floor plans of that same color. No, I have gotten this one before. I've never used it. Okay, so it just lets me go from one type of room to the same type of room. And I guess blue... yeah, blue is the type of room where it doesn't do anything. I need to be in like an actual proper room. Like a proper unique room. Yeah, I have the cloister, so I don't need to worry about the right side being locked off. Okay, let's see what I get here. Bookshop's new. Closed exhibit as well. I have lowered the security, but I haven't found a breaker box. So if I go for the bookshop, I don't know why I would buy books, but that is a new room. Closed exhibit is a new room. If I draft this, I'm gonna guess there's gonna be a security door on the other side, and I don't have a key card, and I don't have the breaker box for me to shut off the power for them. Now that doesn't mean it's over, because I can go back to the cloister and see if I can get that here. Worst case scenario, I can go back to the foundation and I have one room here. And otherwise I have the left side as well because of the entrance hall. I know I can't solve everything with a sledgehammer. The game is so unfair that that is not the case. Like, come on, everybody knows sledgehammers fix everything. Bookshop or close to exhibit. I feel like I have so many steps. I feel like I'm gonna go greedy for the closed exhibit. And I'm gonna hope I am able to get either a key card or I'm able to get to the breaker box in one of the other rooms. I feel like I have way too many steps to actually feel like, oh, I need to go for the bookshop. And it also lets me save gems for a potential. Oh. I can enter it. Heck. So that is a crown. Which makes me think of the Billie Eilish song, You Should See Me in a Crown. Okay, that is... And now this just fills. Okay. Okay, gotcha. So if I surround a square, I will be able to do... Okay, this is an interesting puzzle. This is a very interesting puzzle. If I surround one of the squares, I can turn it red. That is how I multiply my reds. So like if I do this, this gets squared off. But can I make it better? Does this count as squared off? No, it does not, because it's a row. These count as squared off because there's two touching. So I feel like what I need to do is I need to get the edges, right? Yeah. Another increase of allowance. I don't see hints of any hidden text. Gonna note that your note can go there. This is the exhibit room. Closed exhibit. Dearest children, the pieces are in place and all rigid cogs have been greased. However, if our ambitious plans are to succeed, we must strike this Tuesday. The routine changing of the guard personnel on the first of each month means the opportunity we have created for ourselves will likely never be so opportune. If we wait even one additional week, the window will be closed. On Tuesday, there will be 3 royal guards stationed at Leeson Hall. 2 of which will be wearing black gloves in lieu of the traditional white. We would be wise to sacrifice almost everything to avoid the white-gloved god, striking only when he takes a recess. The 2 black-gloved gods have been instructed to bind, blind, and gag themselves to spare us the precious extra minutes it would take your group to execute the tasks on their behalf. However, that also means that once we reach the exhibit, we would truly be on our own. May the black shores guide us, may the black skies shield us, may our fathers be proud of us. In arms, a faithful soldier, Aaron. So I do want to get there. I wonder if there is a way for me to get there. I'm gonna pull up my notes that talked about the exhibit room. Be prepared for our plans to be set in motion in a month or 2. It's all lining up and all the hard work, blah blah blah. We should begin these trials without delay once you arrive, if you can with it. So it didn't quite make sense why we would get the closed exhibit here from the red letter in the study. I mean, I guess maybe that is what the stage thing they were talking about. They were trying to learn how to break into stuff. Anyway, let's go back to the cloister and hope we can find what we need there. Oh, it was the... No, this is the stake. Yeah. We don't have the showroom, but that's fine. Extra 10 steps is not going to matter. I cockily say before I actually need the last 10 steps. I'm gonna use my prism key so I get another green room. I like the green rooms. Oh, 2 cloisters. I didn't know that was possible. To get repeat of a room. Courtyard. I don't see a reason to go for the courtyard again. I think aquarium is just going to be better. It's for free. I still really, really want the vault. I have a lot of coins. Did you had a sec cloister to the draft? I don't think I did. I don't know when I would add a second cloister. Maybe I did. Now when you mention it, I'm starting to think that, oh, I did add something. But was it really a second copy? Wasn't it just, oh, you now have the cloister? I'm just gonna draft the chapel and not go into it. There's no reason for me to go there. Sure. Sauna sounds nice. I would need another gem for the vault, I believe. But I have so many steps, I don't need to worry about anything. I can run around like a headless chicken. So let's go back to the foundation. So courtyard observatory. Courtyard observatory. Will let me get here, which will let me draft a room. The goal of the room is, yeah, to be able to continue onwards from the exhibit. The boudoir is already solved. I have no reason to ever draft it again. The morning room, sure. Okay, so what I want to do now, I want to move back to the very beginning. Passageway, boiler room, security alert. Might as well double check if there's any items I missed. Probably I have by this point. One paper crown. Oh, that is an item you can pick up. Oh. That is very interesting. I do not know how to actually I mean, I could just climb. I don't know why I can't climb over the... It's not even a fence. I don't even know what they're called. But that little thing. I was holding it. Like that velvet rope. I don't know why I couldn't climb over it. But even outdoors, oh, it was tool shed. I forgot to pick up my allowance again. No, I didn't get any money, huh? Oh, utility closet. That's actually perfect. I don't think I want to gamble with a workshop. I have items, but I don't think there is really a good thing I can combine without the battery pack. So I'm going to go for the utility closet, turn on the power and fix all that jam. Boom. 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 I'm gonna make the fuse blow, turn it on again if I get the dark room, and then I will be able to properly examine the dark room for the first time. I don't have one, but yeah. Now we go back all the way to closed exhibit. So some progress have been made today. Now we just gotta make sure I don't go into the wrong room, like I was about to do. I'm so curious about the paper crown now. It doesn't quite make sense what mechanic... I mean, whatever mechanic I need, it doesn't make sense. I mean, not to me currently, at least. Oh! Well, I figured out how to do things. Accidentally. 10 seconds is not a lot of time. Luckily, it is very, very close to the exhibit. Can I get there in time? I was. Okay, I have a paper crown. There's not a red room among... Okay. So... If there's not a red room among the first 3 floor plans you draw while drafting, you may redraw floor plans. Obviously, the red rooms are drawbacks, but it does heavily imply with the red prints and everything, I am gonna need to draft all of the red rooms probably. The way I think about it though, because of the few rooms I have left, probably what I want to do is I want to try to get the closed exhibit earlier. But it might be a high rank room, I don't know. It's rare apparently. So it's not... I am unlikely to get it. I'm gonna start drafting a bit of red rooms. Oh yeah, the vault. That's a different date. Is it? Is it not? Yeah, that's a different date. I guess that is today's date. I mean, today as in the in-game day. So what do I have? I have 2, 3, 3. This feels like this could be very meaningful. I mean, certainly that. Is. Nothing else there. So now I'm gonna go in here. Oh no, the lights went out. I'll go back to the breaker box. Because I can afford to do that, I'm pretty sure I can afford that. Turn it back on, and then actually properly explore the dark room. So I've been able to, so this day was a good day. I was able to do things I have not been able to do, or that I've always wanted to do for a while. It is almost 20 steps, so I'm not going to be able to do a lot more. That is fine. Because there's not a lot more I can do anyhow. And it will give me knowledge, and knowledge is power. Now I gotta think. Is the Red Prince ending going to be that I only draft red rooms? Or is it that I draft all of the red rooms? I don't know if it's possible for me to only get red rooms. Not at least without it being extremely unlikely. Okay. We have a fellow. Green memos found in Hartley's room are always false. The only green note I've found is there are 12 major keys in the servants' quarters, but the servants' quarters were not Hartley's room. Because according to... it's either Randolph or Ruada. But Randolph might be Hartley. But I don't know what the point is for the lie to be that there are... Hartley is also a name I recognize. So I gotta rediscover who Hartley is. Doesn't look like there's anything hidden, really. It's always suspicious now when there's like a zoom out version of another image. But it doesn't really look like there's anything there. Oh. 1128. The Orchard Code has been... So I've been in the darkroom so many times. Print notes. HS... Herbert Sinclair has requested yet another point of her ladyship I assume for one of her rooms in the west wing, as well as an enlarged print of the enclosed photograph. He said that the last development was too dark, so keep an eye on that. I don't think there is anything here. I'm not seeing like even a hint of stuff. This one is the second copy of the image, a bit sharper. And this is the sharpest. But I don't see why I would need that. Blurry. This is sharper than before. But I'm not seeing anything hidden. Looks like a ghost photo, and otherwise I don't see anything hidden. This one I've already encountered. So I gotta refigure out who Hartley is. That is pretty much what I have to go on. But this is interesting. I assume for one of the rooms in the west wing. So this is too dark? Is there something hidden? Like, is this what we're supposed to do something with? So there is some room in the west wing only. You can't read that one, that's what I meant. This one? This one is actually blurred. This is not just hard to read, this is blurred. Like, without the magnifying glass, it is impossible. That is very... I don't like that. They blurred the image intentionally. You can even see the filter disappearing when the magnifying glass goes over it. Because you can see how much more in focus and how it doesn't... I mean, you can even see the square around the heart, how it's kind of lapped on, or like overlapped. And how it's actually not a part of the picture. But you would be able to brute force it, because even if it is blurry, you can see that the first two are 1-1, because there's only one digit that looks that way. The other two would be more difficult, but that's only 100 combinations. And you could deduce that it's not ones, so it's actually very fewer combinations than that. Okay, but I won't be able to, in this day, to go to the orchard to see what's there. Might as well go to the furnace. You do have boiler support, so I wonder if there is a point for me to actually boiler power this. I wish it wasn't so luck reliant with the boiler. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna call it a day, and I think I'm gonna call it a stream as well. It actually turned out to be a lot more productive than I thought it would be. So, with that said, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your morning, day, evening, or whatever time it is for you. And I will see you in the next stream. So until then, take care.